Hi, and welcome to another episode of What's Cooking at Raymond. I'm Karina. I'm going to be hosting you for Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're going to visit Colombia with their Bandeja Paisa. We're going to start off with our red beans, about a pound, 1 packet, soaking them overnight or at least for a few hours. Make sure that you clean out any stones that you see there or any beans that are just not pretty. Put about 6 cups of water in there, cover it, and set aside. Once they're nice and wrinkly, you're about ready to boil like these are. And we're going to use a sweet plantain in our recipe and a green plantain. But first, our rice. We want to set that aside, and we're using 3 cups of white rice. For me, you can use 2 cups if it's less. And a little bit of salt, and it's a 2-to-1 measure, so there's 6 cups of water to 3 cups of rice. And a dabble of oil. You just stir that up, put that on a medium-low, and continue on with your beans. Salt and pepper only with these beans because we want the flavor to come out of the beans naturally. We don't want to overwhelm them with anything else. We're going to take 1 green plantain, and we are going to peel that, and it's just like the bananas before. You're just going to peel it, and you are going to use your grater. I'm using a cheese grater in this case, and I'm just shaving that down all the way down and making little balls of shaved green plantains. I come out with about 6 balls here, and just pack them in as tight as you can. Don't worry about them breaking up. Put them in your beans and put that in a medium-high heat and set that aside. Your sweet plantain, the yellow one, the darker the better, remember. You just cut that in half, cut the ends off, and peel it like a normal banana. This is a lot easier to peel than a green plantain because of the maturity and the sweetness and sugar content in it. So I'm using 2. We're also using 2 eggs because I'm making for 2. And now you're going to get your steaks. And any flat flank steak is fine. Just salt and pepper, a little garlic powder on both sides. We're going to do our pork belly, our chicharron, with onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. I use a little bit of salt because it's already a really salty meat, and just cover that and make sure that they are nice and covered in that seasoning. Once that's done, you are going to put them on your baking tray. I'm using my air fryer in this case. You can deep fry them in frying oil, and that's fine. With our arepas, it's a Masarepa. It's already mixed. This is my home mix. I went ahead and boiled some white corn and added some queso fresco, white cheese, and just patted them down and ground it down. The chicharron, you go ahead and flip it. Make sure that it's getting nice and evenly coated. Again, if you're deep frying, just make sure that it's a high temperature frying oil. Our steaks, go ahead and just put them on your cast iron, get them nice and ready. You're going to fluff up your rice. This is a lot of stuff that you have to do at the same time. Just keep in mind, but it's worth it in the end. Trust me. Fluff up your rice, stir up your beans, make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom and that you have enough salt in that water. Let them just soften and break up. Your steak, you just want to flip it once. And once it's flipped and done, you go ahead, remove it off the heat, clean your pan, and put your arepas on. Again, this is my own mix. You can use the pre-made mix, which is 1 cup of masa mix and 1 cup of water. I use warm water. And you just go ahead and flip them until they'll get nice and dark char on the bottoms and a nice golden brown. It cooks thoroughly, and it's very simple in taste. You're going to use that same pan, and you're going to use some oil to go ahead and fry your sweet plantains. Now, they're long cut. You can put them into smaller sizes if you want, but they take like 3 to 4 minutes to cook. Just flip them and make sure that they're golden. The sugar caramelizes on the outside of it, and that's where you get that dark color from. You're going to fry your eggs to whichever preference you like. I like mine's a little bit medium. My mother prefers it over easy. I'm not one for a runny yolk, but it's okay. For your chorizo, I like cutting mine. You don't have to cut yours. I feel it gets that fried taste, and inside it gets nice and crispy. So fry those up about 5 minutes on each side, and you're ready to plate your steak, your chicharron. You're gonna go ahead and have an avocado ready and some lime as well, so you can squeeze that goodness all over it and it gets all that flavor out in all of the meats. Your sweet plantains are there, and then we put our arepas underneath, and we're prepping our rice, our beans in a bowl separate, our rice nice and cupped, 1 even cup. Put your fried egg on top, sprinkle parsley over everything, and don't forget your chorizo. I almost forgot my chorizo. But there you have it, a bandeja paisa with everything: chicharrón, steak, chorizo, arepa, maduro, aguacate, huevo, arroz, and your beans. Enjoy!